Word. I pronounce it. I forgot how to say it. It's no. The name is. Then look more PG. No body. It was final presentations. The final week of school. Man, we did good. I got a donut. So, yeah. Okay. Hopefully this works. This is the nighttime, obviously, is hours later, but I got a topic that I want to talk about. A really interesting topic, and it was something a little bit different from the regular content that I do. So, yeah, I'm gonna go inside because it's fucking cold and I gotta wait for her to get in. I had to wait for that chihuahua. Yeah? Alright. Do you know anything about Godzilla?
Ketchup. Huh?
Ketchup? Cabs. Captain America? Oh, damn, I got a lot of shit in here. Final test, no. Okay. This. No. That's cool, but no. But what was in my so? Oh, here, that's about it. Godzilla. That's weird looking Godzilla, but it's Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla. This creature, this fictional creature, has been in film history for a fucking minute. You know, like since 1954, man. Like, if you don't know about Godzilla or you don't know who the fuck he is, bro, you need to go watch some movies, man, because back in 1954, yeah, around that period of time, Godzilla made his first appearance in this film, his very first film. Technically, it was supposed to be a message, not a message, but just like a overview of the atomic bomb that was dropped on Japan by the Americans. America. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah! No. But no, it's technically like a whole, like, symbol? Message? Something like that? I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it without being, like, butchering it a little bit. Godzilla was made in 1954, you know, as a giant fucking lizard. It came out of the ocean, made by atomic bombs, you know. And throughout history and throughout time and throughout film time, which is a little bit longer, he's been evolving and have a little bit of evolution. And I always want to talk about Godzilla because the new movie, Godzilla -1, has came out, and I haven't watched it yet, but I am going to watch it very soon. And I just want to talk about Godzilla because he's a very, very fascinating creature and a fascinating fictional character, because with the name Godzilla, it's just intriguing, you know. And the Japanese created the character because of response and fear of and trauma of the atomic bomb drop. I said that fucking wrong, but I'm just here going to explain a little bit. So in 1954, the first movie came out, and then a shit ton of other films came out. Faced a lot of different kaijus, a version of him with fucking steroids, a machine version of him, an alien, another weird Power Ranger one, and King Kong twice, and teaming up with him next year. So yeah, the reason why I want to talk about Godzilla is because not just the whole aura of him is just very, very different and very in a different realm of cinema, because he's a character that literally needs no introduction. So I'm here to rank and your guide to say a Godzilla film or his verse of films, or which make you get into the character. Because I don't know. The first movie I saw was him against Mothra and the three-headed dragon. I forgot his name. Yeah. So he was appearing in the Kingdom Monsters, but that's the first movie I saw. Him, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and him facing each other and fucking violence and shit, you know, shit like that. And Rodan also appeared. Like I've seen movies of him, old school movies from the 60s and also in the 70s and not the 80s because the 80s was kind of weird shit. But yeah, he's the guy. Don't mind that. Blank page. There we go. The guide of Godzilla films. And yes, you could start with the first Godzilla film, and back in 1945, you could start with that, and that would be perfectly fine. A great introduction, honestly. And I'm just gonna say it's kind of a masterpiece of a kaiju film. If you're a kaiju fan, you gotta see this movie. It's the first one. It's the best one to start off, you know. And then you go, I don't know the whole eras of him, like this eras, like the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and stuff. I don't know. I did my research. I'm just going off to the movies that I think people should watch if you want to get into Godzilla. And right before you see Godzilla Minus One, but the first one, and then you can see some of the crazy I'm gonna put them here. Some of the crazy films that Godzilla has appeared over the decades, like in the 60s, 70s, and also the 80s, like the Mothra one with him and King Ghidorah all fighting. That's the first one I watched from Godzilla, and you can watch that one. I mean, it's very fun. It's very weird. I mean, Godzilla's very fucking weird. There's that, but you can watch that one. So you can watch those two. I think you can start off maybe the first one, and then possibly see the sequel from the first one. And throughout the whole Godzilla history, it ends the same way. Godzilla dies in the end. In the beginning, in the first few films, Mechagodzilla and him, technically Mechagodzilla is made up from the original Godzilla who died, you know? So it all connects somehow, except for the new ones. So those don't connect with the old ones at all. Like, no. And the reason is because it's just the American version of Godzilla. And it's kind of weird and crazy. And if you do want to start with Godzilla, you can start off with those, but just know it's completely fucking different from Minus One. You know, it's completely different. It's not the same energy, it's not the same concept, it's not the same Godzilla. Most people forget that, but you just gotta know that they're not the same one, okay? But yeah, you can start off with those. You can start with the first two Godzilla movies, the original ones, and then go up for him facing King Kong, the original one. That one's kind of fucking weird. Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Godzilla. You could do that one. You could do the different variations of him facing different kaiju. It's pretty fucking cool. So, yeah. Let me tell you the difference between the American. Oh, hold up. All right. Sorry about that. Alright, let me tell you the difference between the American Godzilla versus the Japanese Godzilla. The Japanese Godzilla is technically a villain. Throughout the whole films, Godzilla is a villain. Like, bro is destroying villages, he's destroying things, he's like literally like what he was meant to be, a menace, a fucking menace to society. That's what he is. And that's how he's portrayed in the Japanese films. Even to this day, even Godzilla Minus One, he's portrayed as the villain. He's the reason why people are afraid. Like, I haven't seen the film, but I've seen the trailer, and his fucking design in this movie is so good. It kind of goes back to the original and kind of keeps it a little bit modern. It has a little bit touches of the American version, and it's kind of cool. But Godzilla is the majority of the villain. And I saw a TikTok about this. I saw that Godzilla is not a good guy, and how the American versions, like Godzilla film 2014, Godzilla King of Monsters, and Godzilla vs. King Kong, how he was technically a good guy. Technically, in the movies, he's in the original ones, well, not the original ones, but in the new ones, has never especially said that he was a good guy. Because I don't think he is technically a good guy. I don't think he's mostly of an anti-hero. Mostly, I think he's like a fucking, well, he is an animal, so I don't know, like a fucking turtle. I don't know how to explain it, but he's not a good guy in American films because they never said he's a good guy. He's just there because, hey, look, there's all the species is here to destroy my land. I'm gonna defend it, you know? Just a fucking creature protecting his land, and just the humans are there in the way. Technically not a villain or a hero. He's just the sixth, you know what I mean? I know who he is, but the Americans take it and switch it and make it more blockbustery in a way, and the Japanese is more like a whole character, the whole different energy there, you know? It's kind of confusing, but yeah, the evolution of Godzilla, so it would take hours to actually, and this video is out there, that specify everything that Godzilla's for, especially here in America and over there in the Japanese culture and film industry and stuff. Not just his filmography changed, the way how he looks and everything changed as well. You have the original look that kind of looks pretty cool, you know, menacing, casual, and then the wonky one kind of looks a little bit more cartoonish and a little bit fatter and thick ass thighs. And then you have kind of the modern one who kind of looks a little bit scary, a little bit terrifying, and kind of cool. And then you have the American one that kind of looks a little bit more modern and stuff. So, yeah. There's two different versions of Godzilla. Japanese Godzilla and American Godzilla. So, it's really quite complicated. I'm not gonna go through the whole revolution and evolution of Godzilla because we'd be here for fucking hours. I'm not gonna do that. So just kind of like a little guide, you know what I mean? Like a little guide and introduction to Godzilla. Not a whole history, but just a little brief history. I don't know. Don't look at that. They're just a mess over there. But yeah, if you want to start with Godzilla, you can watch the first Godzilla, the 1945 version, the whole thing, that started the whole thing. You can see the second one. The second one is pretty good as well. I've seen clips of it, and it takes the essence for the first one and brings it to the second one, and it's really good. And then you could go, if you want to go to the wacky ones, like the real fucking weird ones, you can see the first Godzilla versus Godzilla. That's a fucking weird one. That's what the meme came from. You know what I mean? That's weird. But yeah, that's what the meme came from. You can see Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. That's pretty good. Mega Godzilla versus regular Godzilla. That's a really good one. And then just a whole different 80s and 70s films of Godzilla, which is fucking wacky. And then you have the American versions, which I don't think they're really that fucking bad, like most people will say. Like, yes, some of them are very iffy. Some of them are really good. Like the Godzilla 2014 is the best one, I think, so far. And then not the 90s version. That one, we don't speak of it. Never, ever, ever, ever. Number 2 is probably Kong versus Godzilla. I really enjoyed that one. And then King of Monsters. Scott Island is not even, Godzilla doesn't appear, so I'm not gonna try. Guide for Godzilla, your little brief history of Godzilla, and he's a very fantastic character, and I can't wait to see Godzilla -1, and you should too, because people say it's very, very fucking good. So, and very sad as well. So, who knows? But yeah, this is kind of a new thing that I want to try. I have done video essays before, but not to this kind of level. Not level, but weird, like mixed vlogs and stuff. I really want to talk about film topics into the vlog, so I'm gonna try. I'm just talking about films in the vlogs and stuff. So, yeah, cool. I'm going to bed because it's 12:22 and I have class tomorrow. So yeah, Godzilla, very good character. Cool. I still don't know how to end videos. All right, bye.